Having a strong core is so much more than just getting flat abs. All right. So I think a lot of times people think, oh, Pilates is like really slow moving and you're just going to be doing sit ups on a mat and it's going to be really boring. Do I really have to do Pilates? What the hell is Pilates? Is it pie and lattes? Like, I don't really get it. So Pilates is actually, it's always kind of categorized with yoga, but it's actually very different. Yoga is a lot of these like still poses and fluid, like the flow of the movements, right? The flow of the exercises. Warrior one, warrior two, down dog, that kind of thing. Pilates is actually a series of like precise, concise exercises that help you to retarget and reframe those muscle patterns so that your body functions more effectively and efficiently, okay? So the core is at the center of it all. Your core is not just the front of the body, but the back line of the body. So imagine like the old Maxwell House canister, that big coffee can, right? In Pilates school, that's how they told us to envision it. So kind of really good visual. So it's like the front and the back, right? So you want to do curl ups and engagement, so flexion, but then you also want to get the extension, which is lengthening. So that would mean like super person pose, right? So like lying on your mat. I always joke around, with babies, we used to call it the tummy time, and they don't like it. They're like, the tummy time, I don't want to be in my tummy. Nobody wants to be in their tummy, okay? But you really need to strengthen those back muscles for the core. So the core is at the essence of your body, right? It's in the middle of the body. It connects the upper body with the lower body. And it is full of what we call stabilizer muscles. So in the body, when you function, you've got stabilizer muscles and mobilizer muscles. Stabilizers, you want to trigger first before the mobilizers kick in, okay? So for example, if you are reaching for a bowl in the cabinet, right? You hear it all the time, like, oh, I reached for a bowl in the cabinet and I pulled my shoulder out, and now I have to get rotator cuff surgery. A lot of times that's because the core is weak. So you want to make sure, like when you're reaching for that bowl in the cabinet, it could be heavy. So you want these muscles to activate before the arm muscles reach in. So in the body, like for example, when you're reaching for the bowl or when you're throwing a ball, okay, the muscles work synergistically together. So the stabilizers kick in before the mobilizers move. And I think when you're actually throwing a ball, I think there's something like, I don't know, 15 or 20 muscles. Like there's a lot of different muscles like kick in just for like one motion or one movement. So, but the core is at the center of it all, and you can feel it, okay, by, for example, when you cough, right? Or sorry, after COVID, it's whatever you do, just give it a try and cough right now, right? So when you cough, those muscles, that's called the transverse abdominals. That is at the center, and that protects your spine. All right, the obliques are on the waistline, the side of the waistline, and that helps a lot with the twisting and the rotating. Okay, so for example, like when you get out of bed in the morning, when you get in and out of the car, all right, the obliques, you really want to pay attention to those because they'll help you with those movement patterns. Now, the lower abdominals are way low, like below your belly button, between the belly button and the pubic bone, all right? So when I teach Pilates, I ask people to like bring their arms over their chest and form like fingertips and thumbs together. It almost looks like a little Hershey kiss, right? A triangle. And I ask them to put the thumbs on the belly button and the fingertips on the pubic bone. So it gets kind of personal. It's deep, right? But it's that little pouch, and that part of your core holds your organs up, okay? I don't know if you heard that. It lifts the organs up. So in other words, gravity is pulling us down over the years, and you want to pull everything up because you don't want to wear diapers when you get older. I don't know if you've been to Costco lately, but let me tell you, there's like a whole aisle on adult diapers. So ladies, gentlemen, people, everyone, please pay attention to the core. It's not just for skinny people doing sit-ups. It's not just for the flat abs, but it's actually functional training. Okay. So what we're going to be doing here, again, protecting the spine, helping us function with day-to-day living, with the getting up and the twisting and the motions. And I'll show you a couple of examples of later on in this video. And then also just pulling everything up so that you are not in pain. All right. So it helps you stay out of pain. Number one. Number two, you are going to improve your posture, right? Because when you do the back work, the tummy time, you're going to help draw the shoulders back and down. So you're going to get out of the pain in the neck and shoulders. And also stand tall. Let me see. You will be improving flexibility and mobility because, again, these muscles are going to be doing their job. So these muscles aren't going to be so tight, tight, tight. See what I'm saying? It's all about functional training. It's like if this works and this works, then this isn't overdoing and this isn't like screaming at you in pain saying, I want the Advil right now. So that's what it's all about. It's all about training your body with these exercises so that you can function better. All right. Now, the best thing, and I'm saving this story for the end, is core strengthening can actually help you prevent injury. So I have a little story about that. And basically when you slip and fall, right? Just like getting in and out of the car, as I was just describing, or, like reaching for the bowl in the cabinet. When you slip and fall, okay, and you're on the ice, for example, and you go down, right? You want those core muscles to activate first to protect your fall. So that really does happen. And I'll tell you the story. So I'm a new instructor. I'm about maybe 2 or 3 years into teaching Pilates, and I'm preaching the Pilates gospel. I have seen the light. It is like, oh my God, like it is like going from like Stop and Shop to Market Basket. Like, wow, like this is how you do it. This is how you get out of the pain. It's not just doing these exercises like once or twice. It's like you build it into your lifestyle. I have seen the light. So I'm preaching the gospel, right? And I'm rushing in between like teaching classes and meeting with clients, and I sneak in, like I have an hour to go get groceries, for my family. So I get the groceries and I'm in my garage and I'm rushing, putting them into the house, and I fall flat on my ass, okay? Like in the garage on the hard cement floor. Are you with me? Can you see it? Yeah, it was like a cold, crisp fall morning. It was my first day with new clogs, right? Or first day wearing the clogs. And I just messed up. I just lost my footing and I fell. And I went down hard, like right on the tailbone, right on the hip. And I was like, oh no. Like I've come so far, right? I had this hip injury. I did the physical therapy. I did the acupuncture. I did this. I did that. I did everything. And Pilates helped me get out of pain finally. And here I am like, oh, namaste. But when I went down, I thought, oh no, I can't go back. I can't go back to this injury again. I can't. And I just kind of hesitated for a second before I got up. And I swear to you, I stood up. My hip and back were totally fine. And what was burning were the core muscles all along the rib cage. Pinky promise, Girl Scouts honor, Person Scouts honor, I swear to you, that is a true story. And I was shocked, right? Because like I know that I was talking about this all the time. My family's like, can you stop talking about squeezing the walnut and standing tall and fixing your posture? Like, I think they're ready to like sell me to someone next door because I'm so convinced and hooked on Pilates, helping everyone, helping the world, saving the world, one exercise at a time, that I was like, just really still surprised. I was really stunned. And it is a true story. Like I got up and my rib cage muscles were like tight and sore and tired because when I fell on the garage floor, they protected my fall. So I was so pumped that I didn't have to like, be injured again and I don't know, like try to figure out this problem again. So that is an absolute true story. And the other thing is about core strength is if you're an athlete and you're wondering like, well, why do I need this? Because I'm already strong. Core actually makes you bigger, better, faster, stronger in everything you do. So not only does it, right? Let's review. It is going to improve your flexibility, your mobility, right? It's going to better posture, right? It's going to boost your energy, right? Because you're going to build this core strength and reaching out of the cabinet, you're going to function more effectively. But you definitely will be better, stronger, faster. So the other story I have is there was a race in our town the day after Thanksgiving every year called Gabe's Run. And I hadn't run in a couple of years because, you know, I had this hip injury and I went to Pilates and I was into reformer and I don't know what I was doing. I was teaching everything, right? But, and loving it. But I hadn't run, I'm not kidding, in probably 2-3 years. Now, running used to be like my middle name. Like I was so hooked on it to give me that boost of serotonin, to give me those endorphins. Like I was just like so into it, you know what I mean? And it was a loss, like not to run. And I was really sad for a long time. Then I kind of got over it and whatever, figured it out. But anyway, I entered this race because my family was there and I'm like, oh, what the heck? I'm not kidding. Because I had done this core strengthening on and taught it and practiced it and practiced and taught, I ran that race and I was just as fast as I was a couple of years before. I couldn't believe it. Now, am I that fast now? No, this is like 20 years later. So we're all a work in progress. Am I running now? Yes, I am running. Not as fast as I used to, for sure. But I'm just telling you that the core will make you better, stronger, faster, and it will help you with the day-to-day functioning that I'll show in the next couple of clips here. And it will also just, definitely prevent injury and help you to stand tall. So I hope you like this video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Stabilizer muscles, mobilizer muscles, the transverse abdominis, you've got the obliques, you've got the lower abs. They all have their jobs. The back muscles, right? There's muscles all around the spine called the multifidus, and they wrap around the vertebrae, and they're building you up so you can bring shoulders back and stand tall. So it's all of these pieces of the puzzle together that make Pilates the best exercise program you can do. I am thoroughly convinced that it is la creme de la creme. Like it is just the right thing to do. And so it doesn't matter your fitness level. It doesn't matter your age. Just give it a try. And you don't have to do it every day, right? You do it like once, twice a week and maybe squeeze in like a 20-minute mat program. Or if you want to do reformer, let's get in touch and I can help you train on the reformer and I can teach you what that's all about. The Pilates mat is very different than the Pilates reformer. All of the exercises correlate and connect, but you've got to have a lot of body awareness on the mat to actually feel all those nooks and crannies. And, if I actually sat down to teach you the 5 basic principles of Pilates, it could take an hour. I mean, there is so much to it with, again, it's these precise, concise movements that basically put together, they will create healthy muscle patterning so that you can function day to day. So it's really important for functional training. It's going to protect yourself from injury, and it's also going to make you bigger, better, stronger, faster. Okay, so I've got a couple of other little clips for you to see, and don't forget that clog story because it's true, and be careful when you're walking first day of the fall, okay? All right, hope you enjoyed my little video. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. When we're doing laundry, we always use our core. So as you can see here, I'm grabbing the clothes from the washer and putting it into the dryer. So I'm bending down, activating those muscles, lifting, and I'm actually sort of twisting to get those clothes in from the washer to the dryer. So the core is activating before my arms sweep it in. Even when we're making our bed or changing the sheets especially, right? We are bending down fluffing at those pillows, and then we are pulling the covers up. Everything we're doing, especially when we're yanking the bottom sheet on, you are absolutely using those core muscles before your arms and legs even kick in. The most classic example of why we need good core strength is vacuuming. Because of course, we are shifting our body weight to reach and pull, right? As we drag that across the rug and across the floor. Same thing with like sweeping the floor or shoveling, right? You're gonna need that good solid center before you take on that load. And it's even as simple as like getting in and out of the car, or to take it one step further, like literally and figuratively, it's the gait cycle, right? As you step forward, you want that core engaged so that you can properly walk with ease and run with ease and cycle, etc., etc. But anyway, these household chores that we're doing, right? We're doing the laundry, we're changing sheets, and we're vacuuming and even sweeping. Those activities, if you have a good strong core, you're going to do it pain-free. So there you have it. I talked about the core, give you some real life examples in my house here. I'm actually talking with you from my home studio, and I love what I do. I love my clients. I love helping them with all the things we talked about, building that strength and helping them to function better, stay out of pain, improve their posture, add that flexibility, mobility, and most of all, be the best version of themselves as they age so that they can redefine their own vitality as they get older. All right, so there really is that much to it. So have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.